Hey, what is going on, everyone? It's LegitRabbi, and I do bar mitzvahs for 1600 Microsoft points, and long time no video over here on COD Ops. I've been feeling kinda lazy and just taking a break from YouTube recently, but I'm back and everything's well, and my channel got closed again, but other than that, I'm feeling kind of like a bag of unicorns. But got a pretty good story to tell you today, kind of a return with the bang. And this happened to me over the summer again. So for those of you that missed the first installment to this, like what I'm going to talk about, basically, I was attacked by a moose. That was the first story I told. You can just find that probably on YouTube. I think it was Rabbi vs. Moose, it was called. But I went on this 2-week bike trip from Maine to Quebec last summer. It was two weeks long. I just said that. And we had a lot of fun experiences, and I still need to do my whole overview of the trip, but I'm going to pick out some, I guess, some really funny stories that happened and tell them in different commentaries for life stories. So this was one of them. And as you can tell from the title, it's not too pretty, but I like to embarrass myself. But before we get into that, a few things. Number one, no game sound because, like I said, my channel was deleted, so I got the gameplay back, but obviously I had to turn down all the game volume so you don't hear the original commentary. And I'm playing some Demolition on launch with the G11, and usually I'm not too big on gameplay as far as my videos go, but I play really well this game, so if you're interested in it, make sure to watch it, because we do pretty well, and we just spawn trap the shit out of them. So, let's begin, I guess. So, our trip was basically all biking. It was pretty much 2 weeks straight of biking, and then once in a while we would have a day off to do fun things, but I think it was only twice that happened. And one of the times was a whitewater rafting trip, and it was on, oh, schneet. I forget what river it was on. It was just before the border, the Canadian border, so it was very, very upstate Maine. It might have even ran through some of Canada, the base of it, I don't know. But we went whitewater rafting, so we woke up at 7 a.m. And I've never went whitewater rafting. I can't really say that word. I never went before, so I was really, really excited to go, and I couldn't wait. I honestly hated biking, and I'll tell that's a story for another time. But my ass was sore as hell, and that's what she said. And I was just ready to get off for some biking and, you know, have a good time whitewater rafting and whatnot. So we get up and we go there, and, you know, we get our life jackets and stuff. And there was, I think there were 12 kids in the group. There were about 7 or 8 boys, and then 4 girls, and then 2 leaders. So during that day, it was a really nice day out. So a lot of different groups were going. I think there was like a summer school that was going, a few museums, a few other trips. So there were hundreds of rafts going down the river. But as far as our group went, we had two rafts. And I was in a raft with a guide, one of the guys from our bike trips, but then also another guide that was the head of the whitewater rafting, because our guides were like for the trip, like the bike guides, but obviously we were going whitewater rafting, so we needed a guide for like the river and that kind of stuff. So it was me, and then I think 3 other boys and 2 girls. And then we got paired up with a Randy because that's just how the seating worked out. So we got paired up with this whale. And this guy was no joke, like, okay, no joke, probably just under 300 pounds. I don't even know how that's safe for you to possibly be in a raft at that weight. But he was. He was probably like 275 pounds or something ridiculous. So, I don't know if any of you guys have ever gone rafting, or I think it's the same in crewing, but the guide was in the front of the boat. Like, he was actually, it was a raft, so he was in the front, and then it went like 3 and 3. I think I just said there were 7 people in the raft. Where it was like 2 on each side, and then it kept going in rows on back. So there were 2, 2, 2, 2 until the raft was full. And this was a raft more than a boat. So you actually sat on the side of the raft. I didn't know that. So if you can picture this, it wasn't, you didn't sit inside the raft. You sat up on the sides of it. So you could pretty much go over pretty easily. And they warned us at the beginning, you know, the river's really safe, and it's kind of fun. People fall in all the time. And if you do, you can just get back in, or you can actually float down. So either way, we start going. So we get down to the place where they push the rafts in the water, and we start going off, and our guide's telling us, I think he's going, it's called full ahead or whatever, so we're paddling, and I'm like, yeah, this is so badass. And then all of a sudden, we get caught in like this little current that brings us off the main current and stuck in kind of like this cove area. Nothing dangerous, we just none of us were good at rafting or paddling, so we got stuck in this cove for like a good 5 minutes. And rafts are passing us left and right, and everyone's like, yeah, what's up? Hi. And we're like, damn it, we're stuck here. And so we're trying to paddle out, but every time we get almost there, the current pushes us back. So we're trying to get out of this little groove that we're stuck in. And so eventually we go, the guy says, all right, on 3, we're just going to go all ahead as strong as you can, because we were all getting tired from paddling. So he's just saying, as soon as I say 3, you're just going to go full steam ahead as strong, with all your strength. So he goes 1, 2, 3, and we all just go as hard as we can and as fast as we can, and we get out of the little like cove thing we're in and back on the main river. But the river was so fast it picks us up, and as soon as we get caught on the river, I get flung out of the boat. And the second I hit the water, my bathing suit comes straight off of me. My swimsuit just, boom. Before my brain even had time to put my arms to catch it, it was already gone. It was already off me. So I'm here in the water completely naked with nothing except my life vest, but it's actually really tight. So I'm pretty much completely naked, and good thing the water was dark that day. But no one knows this yet. So I grab onto the raft, and we kind of go off to the side, and he reaches his paddle, and he says, grab on, and he's going to pull me back in. And I'm just sitting there, and I probably look like the biggest idiot ever, because I'm thinking about what to say, and I'm sitting there in the water completely naked, and everyone's waiting for me to get back into the raft, and I just go, oh, I think I lost my bathing suit. And everyone just starts cracking up, and I'm like, oh, this is not cool. So he's like, what do you mean you lost your bathing suit? And I'm like, yeah, I think it came off when I was in the water. It just kind of, I was like, I have no idea where it is. So he's like, all right, just stay in the water, we'll go find it. And then my friends start teasing me, and they're like, they're like, you won't get back in the boat, go ahead, do it, no balls. And then I was basically going to do it. I put my hands on the raft, and I was about to get in until the guy was like, don't do that. That's not a good idea. And probably I would have done it because, honestly, I probably never would have seen these people again in my life, and it would have been for the lulz, which is why I live, so I probably would have done it. But then, here's the best part. The fat guy, who was like 200 pounds, who's in there, since I'm out of the boat, he's just like, alright, more room for me, and he moves over and he knocks another girl into the water, like a few feet from me, and she's coming over to me, and I'm like kicking her away, because I'm like naked, and she's like right on top of me. And then all I can hear saying is like, why are you kicking me? And then I remember the best part. I go, I'm fucking naked. And that's like the best line ever. If that was a movie, that would be like the climax line. I remember saying, I'm fucking naked. And she just freaks out. And it's panic right now because I'm completely naked. So the guide was basically like, all right, you can go look for it. We'll go look for it upstream. You're basically on your own. So they row out, and I'm left there in the water. And like I said, the river was it wasn't dangerous at all. It was safe. So I'm just kind of floating down there on my belly, and rafts are passing left and right, and I'm like floating down the river just in my life vest. And I don't know. So then I get to like this little stop, I guess this other rock part, because the rapids are actually made out of like protruding rocks in the water, and I actually see my bathing suit, and it's stuck on a rock, like the netting. It's stuck over the netting. So I grab onto a rock next to it, and I'm lucky I made it because the river is going extremely fast by now. So I'm thinking, all right, I'm just gonna let go and grab my bathing suit. But then I thought, what if I let go and I miss? There's no way anyone can swim against this current. So if I let go and I miss, I'm just going to go floating down the river, and I'm going to be completely naked, and I'm going to miss it, and this is going to be the most embarrassing thing ever. So I'm like, all right, on 3, I'm just going to let go, and I'm going to grab it. But it wasn't like I could just pull it, because that would rip the netting. It was one of those things where I had to go up and over. So I'm like, 1, 2, 3, and I let go, and the next thing I know, I'm floating down the river, and my brain didn't even have time to react, because the second I let go, I just got swept down the river. It was ridiculous. And then I look at my hands, and I got the bathing suit. I don't know how I did it, but I got my swimsuit off the rock. I pried it off, and I float down to the base of the river, and I like slip it on because I'm going so fast that I don't even have enough time to put it on. And pretty much for the rest of the trip, everyone just called me Shrink-a-Dink and stuff because it was pretty freaking cold in that river. And I bet I lost a lot of sperm cells. That's not really important. But, that was pretty much a bad story. But I want to tell you that because everyone likes a good laugh, and I suck. So anyway, if you guys enjoyed it, please give the video a like rating. And like I said, my channel just got shut down. But I do post life stories all the time and videos. So if you want to come subscribe, that would be greatly appreciated. And thanks for watching, guys. And I will see you guys later.